Welcome to the 117th episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we talk Gen Con, the games we played, the games we taught, the people we met, and the experiences we had. From construction to tornado evacuation, it was definitely one for the books. But first,
become a Patreon subscriber to our channel. Go to patreon.com/the Meeple Society.
Right.
Why, you ask, is because we have started doing our top 10 A alphabet games, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
We're picking up from where our playing through our collection is. Now we're going back through again and picking out our top 10 of each letter.
It makes sense, right? We told you all the games we have and all the games we've played in each letter.
But we never said
Now we have to
which
tell
one.
you our favorites.
So now that is going to YouTube. What's not going to YouTube and only the Patreon subscribers is our 11 through 15. Because when we say, hey, that was on my list someplace, well, now you get to see the last 5. But the only way you can hear it is if you're on our Patreon channel. Is a Patreon subscriber.
Yes.
So, Gen Con. We are back. It was now on
It's been a
the
week.
day we were recording. It's been a week since Gen Con has happened.
Yes.
A lot of things going on, but let's first talk about outside of Gen Con, the construction going on outside. There was I heard a lot of people complaining on the construction. I was like, well, guys, this is bettering your Gen Con experience
for next year,
for upcoming years and everything.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't just the stuff right there in front of us on Capitol. Don't get me wrong. There was Capitol was shut down.
Yeah, Capitol was completely shut down.
The problem was it wasn't just right in front of the convention center. It was further up Capitol. It was in blocks. All the way up Capitol was shut down. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they're doing further up, but they've made a real mess of the downtown streets.
And there is a parking garage right across the street from the convention center that is connected by a sky bridge. That's where we normally park because we go down there super early so we get a spot in there.
It's way more expensive.
It is expensive.
But we have discovered that it is just worth it for us.
But it was a traffic jam because people not realizing you can't go through when we turn on there.
And then try to turn around.
Yeah. And that part, Capitol's a one-way street. And they made that little bitty, it's like half a block long, just past the entrance into the garage. Gave a little bit of an area to turn around in.
Yeah, not much.
And people not realizing it has to turn around, come back. And then other people that are trying to get in the parking garage is taking up all the lanes because it's only like 2 lanes through there because they got the rest of it blocked off. So it kind of made a traffic jam. But hey, we got our close parking spots.
We did. We got at least onto the level we like every day.
Yeah.
Only one day did we actually get the spot we wanted, but that's okay.
But so the construction's all for the new hotel that was built down there,
That's
and they're still working on. It is a Hilton.
It's a Hilton.
I can't remember exactly what type of Hilton, but it is a Hilton.
Okay.
In the hotel, it's an 800-room hotel.
800 rooms.
It's tall. It's a pretty tall building.
Oh yeah.
It's the tallest hotel downtown.
Yes. It definitely
with
stands
800 rooms. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how tall it is, but you can definitely see it. As Justin said, it looked
like a PS5.
A PS5 game console with something sticking in the back end of it.
Yeah, that was kind of funny actually.
But it has added a ballroom in it. Or a convention space in it.
Yeah, well, it's a ballroom. From what I understand, it's a ballroom, which will be convention space for our sake.
Which is why the construction right there is on Capitol, and inside of the convention center is because they're connecting another gerbil tube to it.
Yeah.
On our previous one, we thought it was like 15,000 square feet.
And I corrected that on the video.
You heard 50,000.
I looked it up and discovered 50,000 square feet ballroom.
Camilla from the Dice Tower, who is now joining the staff of Gen Con, leaving the Dice Tower, said 100,000 square feet.
Well, she said 100,000 square feet of convention space, which may include all of the meeting rooms and all of the smaller convention rooms, whereas the 50,000 was the ballroom.
Okay.
Was the big ballroom. One solid room, 50,000 square feet. Plus the other 50 is probably the rest of that floor, maybe the meeting rooms that are attached in the area, that type of thing. The other places Gen Con would have access to use. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But either way, it is going to add a huge amount of real estate to Gen Con's footprint.
So, getting inside finally on the first day, we noticed will call was just was almost non-existent throughout the entire weekend. There was never really a long line that I see, but we weren't by it all day long.
No, we were not by it all day long.
But every time we went by, it was rather short.
I think there was only once it had gotten a little bit long, and that was Thursday morning when we went by it. It actually stretched down the hallway. We did not see how far it went. But
Did it?
Yes, there was one
I remember
point.
at one point there was a long line along the opposite side of the wall that is, and that was for the merch
Right.
counter.
I did see that. Yeah, the merch counter was constantly, that line was long.
It was longer. Most of the times it was longer than the will call line.
Yes.
And that's the biggest complaint a lot of times. People, they don't get their tickets early enough to have them mailed to them.
Yeah.
And they have to go stand in the will call line. And there's been times where will calls all the way down that back hallway and out the door on the Georgia.
Yeah.
Or Washington, Maryland. One of those two. It's
No,
out the back door.
Maryland is the one that runs alongside of there. So it would
West
be
Street
whatever.
is back there.
Maybe it's West Street.
Yeah,
then.
so it goes all the way down towards the baseball field.
But no, it did not seem as long this year. Every time we were down that hallway, there was no line.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, again, we were not down that hallway but a few times. So we didn't go over to Maryland very often.
Yeah, there's plenty of signs all the way around it just saying sold out, sold out, sold out. So there was every door on the convention center said sold out.
Yes.
So nobody went in expecting they could get a badge just by getting there.
I think I heard attendance this year was 74,000. So, yeah.
Oh, I seen somebody was talking about that. They're hoping just because they're adding all this space in that hotel that they don't up the cutoff.
I hope not.
Because this year, Thursday and Friday was very packed. Saturday was lighter than normal, but Thursday and Friday was completely packed.
I did hear a rumor, and I don't remember if you told me this or if I read it someplace on Facebook, that they are talking about extending the dealer hall, and I'm assuming into the demo hall.
No, I said what would be good is if they extended the dealer hall.
I thought I read something that they were actually talking about doing
to add spaces to the aisles.
Right, because that's what because I remember reading comments.
Then take all the demo ones and put it over in the new hotel.
Oh God, that'd be so far to walk though, but it's a possibility. But
or maybe the tournaments are over in the hotel.
That'd be a good idea.
Half that demo hall is just nothing but tournaments and miniature games.
Well, I think I read, and this is why I think I read it on Facebook, somebody said they were doing that. And again, this is total rumor. I don't remember where I heard this.
Don't quote her, people.
But somebody else was saying, well, gosh, I hope they add spaces to the aisles and not just add more vendors.
Yeah.
30 aisles of vendors is enough.
Keep the cap of ticket sales at the same.
Yeah.
And just widen those aisles because
oh my gosh, those aisles were awful.
Even the artist rows were
packed.
Because usually, like Mike said, you could normally just use the artist alleys to get through really fast because they're not as packed. But it was shoulder to shoulder going through there.
Yeah, it really was. I was rather shocked. That's the first time I've ever seen it that bad. It was crazy.
Yeah. The artist alley gets a lot of people, but it's never so packed that you got to be like trying to look over people's shoulders saying, do I want to stop here or can I just get through? But
it was crazy.
So, but then Saturday was a lot lighter, they said, but we didn't see Saturday.
No, we did not go in Saturday. We went in there for like 10 minutes to grab something for Journey and walk back out again. And it was actually much lighter.
Yeah, because we was able to just zoom right on through. And
now Saturday it did rain.
Yes.
But we'll come back to that.
So we got to play some games. Our first game we played was Rock Hard 1977. Reason we played it at Gen Con is because I still needed to remember some things about the mechanics because I was teaching it on Saturday. So we sat down on the table. A newer thing at Gen Con's probably been there for the last 2 years. This is probably the third year going, is that you can go to a headquarters table and ask, hey, is there a free table anywhere? Because if you go into Gen Con, you look, there's demos going all over the place, and all these tables are reserved for this and this and this and this. And you're like, where can I sit down and play a game?
That I'm not going to get interrupted 5 minutes after I start.
You can go to the headquarters and say, hey, we need a table for a couple hours. We want to sit down and play this game. It's kind of big, so a bigger table will work if you have one open. And they'll look and say, yeah, here you go. You go to this table. It's in Hall C, Red 3. So you go looking for that table, and you can sit down, and that's your table for the next hour or two, or however long you signed it out.
It is assigned to you for that time frame, and I don't know when they started that. We discovered it last year.
Yeah,
I don't know how we discovered it. I think somebody told us. But I wish they would advertise this more because there were plenty of times we had to kick people off of a table we were assigned to because they had no idea they could do this.
Yeah, they were just sitting there going through or even playing a game. And there was a couple guys there sitting relaxing. They're kind of going through stuff. And there was a table at the other end that was like, well,
we'll just take that
we'll just sit here. Nobody's here. And then the people
it wasn't this game. It was something else.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. But
and then the people that actually got that table reserved for them came in and was like, you guys got to move. We got this reserved. I said, well, we had that one. They were over there. And there's other tables. And they were pretty adamant they wanted this table. I was like, I understood.
I don't blame them because nobody can kick them off.
We went over
of
and said, hey, guys, this table's reserved for us.
Can we have
it?
Oh,
no problem. Because everybody at Gen Con was pretty friendly.
Oh, yeah. There, you don't find much in the way of attitude.
But a Rock Hard 1977, if you've been living under a rock and don't know anything about it, it's all about becoming a rock star in the 70s. It was designed by Jackie Fox, and that was the bass drummer from the Runaways.
Yes.
She was 16 years old when she joined the band, and she's also a Jeopardy champion.
Yeah.
But she designed this game. It's all about her experiences of becoming a rock star in the 70s, and that's what you're doing. You have a part-time, you have a job, and you're trying to be a rock star, and you're going to different things. You could get fired from your job, and now you're a professional rock star. It's a point game. You're trying to get the most points at the end of the game.
You got 9 months to get it done.
Yep.
9 turns, basically.
Go play gigs, go to get record contracts, renegotiate contracts. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, on the very first day, we were always up on the second floor at the escalators to film the Running of the Nerds.
Yes.
This year,
we were in the Running of the Nerds.
And we have a picture of us. We looked frightened. Yes, it was posed, but it's a great picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, even Katie was in there, and she kind of just followed us right on in. Usually, if we actually get in line because we're trying to get to a game that we wanted,
which doesn't happen often,
you usually go over and find a seat on the side and wait till everybody comes in and then finds us.
Yep.
And I don't remember why we got down there. Why were we running in there so
We wanted
soon?
Game Makers, which turns out they had plenty of stock. We didn't need to rush for it.
Well, Game Makers was at the other end.
There was something Justin wanted at this end, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure why maybe we just wanted to experience it for the first time. I don't know.
It was silly. I'd have to look back through the games we got to figure out why was it. But yeah, 2 days in a row, Thursday and Friday, we both were in the Running of the Nerds.
We were.
And if you don't know what Running of the Nerds is, I'm sure you can find plenty of videos on YouTube,
I will show a video
TikTok.
from last year because I did take one last year.
It is. You got to think there's 70,000+ people trying to get in a door. Or doors. And they're lined up through this huge hallway with all you can see is people.
Yep, it is just a mass of people.
You see this wave. As soon as the doors and they announce they're open, you see this wave of people walking, not running, go in through the doors and just funnel into these doors. Thousands upon thousands of people just funneling into, there's in that hallway, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 doors.
4 sets of doors, and then there's one over on the side.
And in the gate opening that's maybe 5 feet wide.
5 to 10. It might be a little wider than 5. But
usually it's like 2 or 3 people that can get through that area at a time. And then you got your security sitting there asking you, put your badges up so we see your badges. And
you got to have a badge to get in the dealer hall. Almost any other place except the halls. If you want to just walk the halls, the hallways, I should say, not the actual halls, you can walk in at any time. You don't have to have a badge to enter the building. You just have to have a badge to enter the event spaces.
Yes.
The dealer hall, the demo hall, any of the other main rooms you have to have a badge for. But if you just want to walk in and people watch, you can people watch.
Because there's a lot of cosplayers that come that don't have badges. They just there is a marked off area in that main hall for cosplayers, so you can take pictures of them.
Yeah, there's one of the guys at work because I went back to work Monday. Or Tuesday, I guess it was. Everybody was asking me, "How's Gen Con? How's Gen Con? How?" We'll come back to that. But anyway, so of course I had to tell the story about all the weather. But anyway. But Marcus specifically said he always thought about trying it out someday because he wanted to go down and people watch. And then he found out it was sold out, so he didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, Marcus, you don't have to have a badge to go in and people watch. You just sit down, you walk in the building and sit down on one of the benches and people watch.
That walk the hallways to people watch. They're there
Yeah.
to see the cosplayers, or they
Yeah.
are cosplayers just to have pictures
Fun,
taken
yeah.
with people, just to have fun like that.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on even out in the main hallways that don't require a badge. Now you might get asked, but to my knowledge, there is no law or no rule about you having to have a badge to walk into the convention center. So
Yep. Anyway, so why we were there on the first day, once we got in everything, we walked over to what is Stonemeyer's.
it's
But
not
it's not Stonemeyer.
it's People
Stonemeyer's,
Source.
yeah, People Source.
Meeple Source.
Meeple Source. And Stonemeyer gave them the rights to sell their games,
Right.
basically. All the games there are Stonemeyer games. And then all the little Meeple Source stuff, all
Right.
the upgraded components for
the
each
little
type
wooden
of games and
upgraded
stuff.
components. Yeah,
But Justin went and bought Wingspan Pocket and got to meet Beth Sobel. No, not Beth Sobel. Elizabeth Hargrave. And got his game signed and everything. And he thought that was really cool.
yeah,
Because they both him and his wife both like Wingspan.
yeah. It's a cute little game. We got a chance to play it a few times.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally just Wingspan Light. It is just the cards and the eggs. That's the only thing in the box.
Yep.
And your cards are both your birds and your resources. And you have to decide, or when you choose them, depending on where you choose them from, depicts on whether they are birds or resources. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting little game. Plays in 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's really quick.
It's a very quick game. I wasn't sure about buying it ourselves because I like Wingspan. I like the full-fledged games in a lot of places, in a lot of cases, I should say. But this is one of those that we played it. We played Justin's copy, and we turned around and went and bought our own because it is a nice little travel version that still gives you that Wingspan experience, but in a travel size.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you're playing and all of a sudden the game ends and you're like going,
Wait,
there's another round, right? Okay, so we're going to do another round because there's like two goals up there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. Oh, we got to do the other. No, we're scoring both. So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
There's not another round? No.
No.
It's like, oh, I thought we got to there. Okay, now, next round. Let's go.
Nope.
It's over. It's like, I was just there's
Just
no
getting started.
There's no playing the long game in this
No.
one. It's like you better get your stuff out because the person who has all their birds up,
The first person to get to 6 birds out.
that game
ends the
over.
game.
And it's
Yeah.
like going, what?
You do
Wait a
finish the
minute.
round. You finish, so everybody has an even number of turns, but that's it.
Yeah.
So if the person who was took the last, the person who went last is the person who finished it, nobody gets another turn.
Yeah.
It's done. So yeah, it's an interesting little game. I very much enjoy it. I would recommend it if you like Wingspan.
Yep. We got to see the Dice Tower Awards again.
We did.
We're not going to say anything about winners because the Dice Tower has not gotten the video back from Gen Con,
Right.
so they can put it up. So wait till that comes up.
It was a very interesting awards
They
ceremony.
have those
Some of
little
the
skits
Oh my
that
God.
they filmed down
The
at their
skits are
office and everything.
hysterical.
Once those get up, watch them. They are hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, they are good.
So that's all we're going to talk about that because, like I said, we'll let Gen Con or Dice Tower
Tell
let
you
their
who
video
won.
out so we don't
Yeah.
do any spoilers.
Yep.
So, and that ended day 3.
Well,
day one,
no, we
but
did get a
didn't it?
chance to play Tenby. We
that's
we
right.
demoed Tenby.
That's right.
I'd gotten to play Tenby in Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
But you guys had never played. Mm-hmm. It did not help me. I will tell you that much. Well, no, wait a minute. I think I did win this one,
Yes,
didn't I?
I believe you did.
I think I did.
I had a rough go at it, but I really liked the game.
So with Tenby, the whole point of this is you start off with one building.
Mm-hmm.
You start off with your building, and then it is a open bidding. You bid on what actions you want. There's a series of cards out there that you compensate or you give up turn order to get more actions possibilities. You get more cards. You can buy more cards. Or you give up those cards to get better turn order for the next round. So, like, for instance, you could bid on the number 2, but you're only going to get a life preserver. Or you can bid on the 12, and you're going to get to buy a building card and a C card and maybe get a life preserver. So the further you decide you want to go in the next round determines how many actions you get now. And then it could just be maybe you don't want any of the cards out there. None of the cards that are actually on the display because you don't get to pull. Well, you can pull from the stack, but you are pulling blind. And if you can't use them, too bad. But the whole idea is you have to match up your cards to what you already have. And you can start more streets. You're building out a street. basically an oceanfront street of some sort. So, and you're going from concrete to ocean and back again in some places. And scoring points, you can also get score point cards, and those scoring cards build off of one or more of your streets. It is just a really neat. But yeah, it reminds me a little of Santa Monica. It reminds me a little bit of Big Sur.
Yes. That's another one I was thinking of. Like, there's another game that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes, Big Sur was the one.
So it's a very interesting game. It is thinky. It's just cards. That's all that's in the game is cards and your player pieces.
Yeah.
But it is really thinky.
Yeah, and I think this is the one that's on the list to look for on our road trips that are coming up. So.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
So I remember why we stood in the Running of the Nerds on Friday, and I think this is why we did it on Thursday. Justin wanted to get the deluxe version of the gang that came with like gold. The box was heavy. Yeah. And he got in there and it was already sold out the first day. But he got in there the second day. And the funny thing is, we were a lot farther back in line to get through the doors that morning. Yeah. But he still got a copy of it. Yeah. The weird thing, though, is that the line started going. You could go in, grab what you wanted, but then you had to get in line, which is on a lot of the booths was like that. And it was going one way, so they said, nope, can't start blocking off other of the booths. So they took everybody and took them all the way to the far wall, because the booth the gang was in like the 2700s.
Something like that.
And they took them all the way over to the aisle 3000.
3000, yeah.
But up against the
wall to keep them out of the way. And I appreciate that.
And there's two sets. There's this one long wall going down the entire length of it. And then they would let a group come forward a little bit to a section and stop them there. And then when it turned to go into the aisle where the booth was at, then there was a gap. And then they would let them go up when there was an opening. They kept having people come to that short line and get in line. The people that was next to get up to that short line was like, hey, they just jumped the line.
I.e. us, because I think I stopped one guy. I reported one guy 4 times for trying to jump the line.
Yeah, he kept jumping.
And the guy was super sweet. The guy that was trying to monitor the lines was super sweet and just kept telling the guy, you can't do that. You have to go to the back of the line. But I've been waiting. Nope, all these people have been waiting.
Yeah, well,
you can't jump the line.
He went to the back of the second part of the line, not all the way to the other side.
But then he turned around and came right back up behind us again.
Yeah.
It's like, buddy, you can't do this. Now, what surprises me is that they let you take the game. They didn't give you numbers.
Yeah.
They let you take the game you wanted to buy and walk to the back of the line halfway across the hall with it. How many of those games just walked away?
Yeah, I know how many actually walked away. But,
I mean,
as I said, gamers are pretty honest about their
exactly.
stuff.
I think
they know if they just start stealing things, companies are going to go out of business. And then where are you going to get your games?
So it's a good thing that they obviously had a lot of trust in the gamers that were there.
in the gaming people.
Because I found that just crazy. People were standing in line with just games stacked in their arms.
Yeah, the main line was probably at least 200 feet away.
Oh, easy.
The front end of that line, and the end of the line was probably 100 yards away.
It was crazy how long that line was. I felt like they did a pretty good job of keeping everybody out of your way, out of the other spectators' ways. But yeah, I was very surprised that they let people take them and didn't just hand out numbers. So, okay, we have 100 copies of it. You have copy 1, you have copy 2, you have copy 3. But wow. Yeah.
I think they did maintain a lot of the lines for not just that one, but the other ones, because they always had somebody with a sign at the end of the line. This is the line for such and such booth. And like Hitmakers, the Game Makers, it had a line
that stretched
wrapped around their booth.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't want the Game Maker, you want another game, you still had to get in that line to go around. So.
Because that was the line for the cash register.
Right.
So. But they didn't hand you the game until you walked up to the booth.
On Game
Maker anyway,
But the one where the Gang Deluxe game was at, and the other big game at that booth was
the Cruise.
the newest Crew.
Yeah.
Journey
to the Center of the Earth?
Something like that.
I think.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some other games we got to play.
Okay.
So we sat down. I'd always wanted to play Kinfire. I'd always heard great things about Kinfire. Well, we sat down and played the newest one, Kinfire Chronicles.
Yes, Kinfire Chronicles Nightfall, I think it was called. That's what I have written down here in BDG.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, we got a chance to play that, Friday afternoon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And it is a cooperative kind of a dungeon crawl. You have cards that you're playing and cards you can draw, and you're usually fighting a monster. And like the very first monster you fight in scenario 1, because we got to go through all scenario 1. And then the guy came back and kind of talked through scenario 2, kind of showing you highlights of scenario 2, what would happen as you went along. Because you can level these guys up and everything. And the first thing we fought was a dragon.
Yeah.
But there's ways when it's somebody's turn and it's like, okay, well, all I have is I have this attack. It's only for 2. It's not a lot. And the dragon's already blocking 1 because he has an armor card. Now other people can help you by adding, what was the type of card they said?
A boost card.
A boost card.
Yeah.
You could boost that person's attack if you had a boost card of the color card that she played. So if like, say you attacked with a 2 and it was a red card that you're using for attack, if somebody had a red boost card for damage, they could play it. And then the next person, now that it's a boost card, could play another damage boost card of any color.
Right.
So it was kind of weird that way.
It was very, it was an unusual
it was kind of hard
process.
at first to understand. It's like, what? Huh? Wait,
and I know
how did you do that? That's not the same. No, because it's a boost card. It's like, but the card that was played was red. That boost card's red. Why doesn't that boost card? Because it's a boost card. So that's not really a good explanation of why, but
it was.
It reminded me a lot of the play of Role Player Adventures. Just by the
card play and between the two, I'll take Role Player Adventures any day.
I would take Role Player Adventures any day over that one.
Yeah,
I wasn't impressed with it. I'm hoping the other ones that came out that everybody has been going gaga over or talking a lot of good things about are better. This one I could see if it was in a smaller box or a lot less.
This is a campaign.
This is a campaign. It was like $140.
Something like that. Yeah, it was,
something
and
like
that was the Gen Con special.
It was like, good. Nope. Yeah, that was their special price too. And I was like, nope. But if you like Kinfire, you might like this.
Yeah, it's worth checking out if you like Kinfire.
This was our first experience with Kinfire.
I did not care for it.
It wasn't real impressive.
Yeah. Well, it might have helped if we've gotten to play a true full game. We didn't. We got a demo, and that's all it was. But a 2-hour thing, I feel like it should have been better than that, but they were having staffing problems. Yeah. So the guy that started teaching us had to jump over and teach a different table too, so somebody else filled in. And having 2 different people try to teach the game to you,
the guy that came in said that he knew Kinfire really well and everything, but I felt like he was in the rule book a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to wait a minute, let me think here. And reading the rule book while we were playing, it was like, it's supposed to happen like this. And I was like, okay.
I feel like if somebody was running late, they had, like I said, they had staffing problems. Yeah. But yeah, it was okay. I don't want to play it again.
No.
I have no desire to play it again.
No.
So we did also get to play Earth Express. Yes. We got a chance to try that out. And Earth is one of my favorite games.
Yes.
I do love it. I actually taught it twice on Saturday. So I was definitely wanting to check this out. I'd heard good things about it. Earth Express, instead of having a 4x4 tableau, you have a 3x3 tableau.
Yes.
The big difference is you're not paying stuff to put it out. There's no dirt economy in the game.
Right.
It's literally 5 rounds. The first round, you choose 2 cards out of the 7 in your hand and you play them. And you get whatever benefits they give you. And then you pass the other 5 to the player on your left or right, whichever direction you're going. And then that player draws 2 more cards to add to their hand to make 7. And they pick 2 cards and play them. Yeah. And you keep doing this for 5 rounds until the last round you're only playing 1 card. You're still getting sprouts, only this time you're counting them instead of physically putting them on there. There's a count track.
On each card is how many they can hold.
Right.
There's the selected action card in the middle that flips over and it's got 2 different colors on it. You decide which color you got so you can activate your cards.
Yes, that's the activation part of it, is that you select one of the 2 options and it changes every turn or every round, I should say, but which is a turn. And you have that gives you your choice of which ones you're going to activate to get more sprouts or to get whatever you're doing. But there's no building on it. So you're not growing tree. Or no, were there trees on these? I don't remember now.
Yes, there were trees because I had every one of my trees grown.
There were trees.
And it was because one of the actions up there would allow you to build,
right.
or your cards would allow you to put out trees.
So the only real thing they took out, besides all of the gold stuff, there was some goals, but not like there was in regular Earth.
Right.
But the real big thing is they took out that dirt economy and shortened got rid of the 4x4 and made it a 3x3 instead. So it does play really fast.
Compost. You didn't have any compost.
Nope, there was no compost. There was no instant actions. There was no event actions. So it was an interesting game. I don't know that I need to have it.
No.
This is one I feel like Earth itself plays fast enough that I don't need a game that plays in 15 or 20 minutes.
It's kind of like Wingspan Pocket.
Right.
You want to have a game like Wingspan. You want to play Wingspan, but you don't want to get everything out.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. This gives enough of Wingspan. This gives enough of Earth.
Wingspan is a good thing to travel with, Wingspan Pocket, because it's just a deck of cards and your
this one,
eggs. This one still
had a little bit more stuff.
Had cubes and it had cards and it had the 3 layovers for every player and it had all of the goal stuff and it was a table hog still. But I don't think it did enough different or simplified it enough that I wanted over regular Earth. Who won Earth Express?
And where did I come out? Because I had just learned the game and I was teaching it. Somebody else wanted to play it because they had bought it and sat down beside me. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
You did so good. You were so patient with her.
I had to explain because everybody be done with their turn. Like, hurry up, come on. I was like, hold on, I'm explaining what I'm doing to her because she's trying to learn the game. She has questions. So I was answering her questions and still trying to play it. And every time I did something, I would explain to her how I was able to do it, why I did this, and what do I do with it.
Justin won with 107. I had 105. You came in at 99. Okay. And then the gentleman who sat down with us, Patrick, was 87. So,
yeah, you guys were like going, hurry it up.
We were not that bad. We all understood that you had your hands full with the lady that sat down next to you.
Yeah, but she walked away. I said, "What do you think? You know how to play?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, that was a good job. I mean, I understood it better watching you play and you explaining it to me." I was like,
she had said too, she had played Earth and was completely lost, and I was really surprised how many people said that when they sat down to this game because I think Patrick was the same way. The other gentleman with us said he had played Earth, but it was just too much for him, and I felt like that may have influenced how I taught Earth the next day. I don't know.
Possibly.
But I know everybody I taught Earth to walked away thinking it was a great game. So, and none of them only one person out of the 10 I taught had ever played before.
Yeah, her sitting down beside me to have me teach her the game because she still didn't understand the initial teach.
Yeah.
Was like, you'd probably done better if you sat beside Katie, but we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so apparently I did a good job on that. So, did we get anything else played that day?
The only other thing we played Earth. We'll talk about it later. The only other thing I want to highlight is Treat Please. That game.
Well, that was Saturday night, wasn't it?
That was Friday night.
Was it Friday night?
Yeah, I've got it listed as Friday.
Okay.
So we played it Friday evening.
Because we went over
in the stadium.
Center. Yeah.
We played it Friday evening in the stadium because we did Earth and then we did Treat Please right after it.
We wanted a quieter spot. Yeah, if you're there after the hall closes and a lot of the demos are done and you want to sit down and play games, it's better. Just go over to the stadium. It's a lot quieter because it's a huge room, of course. It's the stadium floor.
And all the sound is designed to go up. It doesn't stay on the floor. Unlike the demo hall, the noise just... it just all sits there. Yeah. It all just sits in the room with you, and you can't hear anything you're saying.
So I felt in the stadium, you could just talk at your normal voice, and everybody hear it.
Oh yeah.
In the convention center, you got to yell almost all the time,
and then everybody else is yelling, which just amplifies it. So, anyway, but we got a chance to play. Justin had picked up this game called Treat Please.
Yes,
and it is all about. You're a dog.
You're a dog,
and you're trying to train your master.
Yes.
And it was funny because when we were talking to the lady who designed the game, she said that what gave her the idea was that her dog used to lick her hand, and she discovered that every time her dog would lick her hand, she was suddenly petting the dog and not even realizing she was doing it.
Yeah.
So the dog had trained her to pet her on command. So she came up with this game. It is just a really cute game. You've got, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember the two currencies in the game. It was treats
and energy.
And energy?
Yes, energy was one of them.
Well, it wasn't treats then. It was energy and
bones. The symbol was a bone.
The symbol was a bone, but I don't remember what it was actually called. It started with a C, I thought. I'll have to check with Justin, and I'll put it down here on the screen. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But anyway, so you're playing cards. You're spending these two forms of currency. Every turn you play out, you can play two cards. At some point in the game, at one point in the game, you get a third option. You can now play 3 cards, and it's giving you energy, and maybe it is treats or bones. But I thought it began with something else. I don't remember now. But anyway, you would spend these 2 types of currencies in order to buy new cards, in order to do other things, ultimately to get victory points. It is a really cute game. Yeah. Cute artwork. Reminded us a lot of adulthood.
Yes. Yeah, that's what Justin kept saying. It reminded him a lot of adulthood.
It was an adorable game. Not very expensive. So you're spending energy and attention to buy cards and to do stuff, or you're spending the bones to buy the cards that are giving you energy and attention, and it's a weird little economy of all sorts of different things.
Yes,
but it works so smoothly. Yeah. It was a cute little game.
This is the game. I seen it, and I thought Justin was ahead of us on the aisle. I wonder if Justin's seen something like that, but he probably won't fall for it. The next thing you know, he's talking to the designer. The designer is telling him how it plays, and he's like, okay, I'll take one, please. And I'm like, well, I guess he does. Yep. Because it was like right after, I think he's like, I'm done. I can't spend any more money. And then he found this, like, okay, maybe one more game. And that was a lot during that day because he goes, okay, maybe one more thing. Nope, it's only an expansion. This doesn't count. He was giving him excuses why he was spending money. But yeah, this was actually, like I said, was really good. He actually taught us. He messaged us last night that he was teaching us.
Yes.
And
night before last, something. Yeah.
But his mother-in-law didn't like the game.
Right.
But she whipped their butts, him and his wife, twice. He says, apparently I taught the game really good. Right. And his wife loved the game too. So if you see it, check it out. It's actually a pretty fun game.
If you are a dog lover, it is a cute themed game around dogs. Yeah. And I think the theme comes out.
Yes. Finally a good dog, a pretty good dog game, and it doesn't have to do anything with cats. There's so many cat games. We need more dog games.
Most of the I am the first to say we saw a lot of cat games on this one. I did not buy any. I did not even buy one.
A lot of cat games.
Well, I feel like cats are a popular theme. However, they have yet to come up with one that I feel like does the cat justice. There's a lot of dog ones. The one about walking your dog in the park and getting it to poop,
there's
whatever.
Dog park. And
dog park, that's what I was thinking
You're
of.
thinking the pooping one is Park Avenue.
Bark Avenue.
Which is a great game that you didn't really like that well.
I was fine with it. I'm not a dog lover.
I found 3 copies of it in the consignment shop. I almost picked up, and I knew you weren't a big fan of it.
You could have bought it. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I feel like the cat-themed ones are all something else entirely. They've just attached the theme to it. You know what? I mean, Hissy Fit is okay. It's just a little bitty card game, though. It's not a full-fledged game. Yeah. I swear the only game I feel like the cat theme might come out, and it really doesn't, is Isle of Cats. It's just a polyomino game about cats.
Comes out with cats lounging around on the deck of a boat.
So and eating the mice and all that. Okay, that's fine. But I still don't think it's thematic for cats. I have yet to play a cat game where I feel like the cat theme is there.
I'm yet to see a cat that's actually eating a mouse and not just playing with it until it dies.
That too. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the next day.
So on to Saturday. Saturday we got down there. We had to pick up a little dragon backpack or something like that.
We had to pick up something for Journey.
And that's when we saw that the hall
itself
the
was
other
not
hall
that
was
busy.
Yeah, the main aisles we were able to we didn't have to cut and dodge.
No,
and
we
around
popped
people.
in,
We
popped
just,
out. We were in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we would stop to the booth because you could actually see the booths. Like, oh, we missed this. What's here?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of booths, as you said today. There was a lot of booths that I think we missed, like the op.
Yeah.
Because I was like, apparently they were taking pictures and putting it up, and they were making a picture of something. I don't know what. I haven't been able to find out what it was. If you know, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. But they were doing something
I don't
special,
remember going by the op booth at all.
I don't either. And we walked up and down every aisle, but somehow we completely missed the op.
Yeah, because the aisles are so packed on Thursday and Friday.
So after that, we went over to the stadium that we did. We picked this up, popped in and out. We went over to the stadium, and we spent the rest of the day teaching games over in the stadium.
Yep.
Now, we did this with a group called Fight in the Sky Society. They've actually been doing Gen Con since number 2, they said?
Gen Con number 2, which
so
was
they've
still
been doing game demos.
In Lake Geneva.
Now, the way Gen Con works, if you volunteer for so many hours with a group, you get a free badge. And we decided to do that this year. I mean, we have not volunteered in a long time.
Right.
But I feel like, I don't know, I've always enjoyed doing it, though. It just adds that extra layer of fun to Gen Con for me. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe just having that one set thing, okay, this is what our Saturday is going to look like. And we had a blast. We've already told them we're going to be back next year. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we're going to be back next year. Mm-hmm. But so we got to teach. I taught 2 games of Earth, and we've talked about this a lot. So 2 games of Earth, the game of Life of the Amazonia, and 1 game of Planet Unknown. I think I had a total of 4 or 5 no-shows, I believe.
Everybody showed up for Firefly. My first rock card, 1999 or 1977. Only 2 of the paying customers, ticketed people, showed up, and then I had 2 more join in by going and getting generics.
That's good.
And then the last one, all 4 of them showed up.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so you only had a couple of those shows.
Well, I was supposed to have 5, so I was still missing one in mine.
Yeah, you were supposed to have 5.
I only had 4 players, period, on each one of them.
So you were missing your 5th player on both of them, so somebody didn't show up.
Yeah.
Justin had a lot of no-shows. Yes. He had 3 sold-out games, 6 players each. First game only had 3. Second game had 5. Last game only had 3.
Yeah, and his game sold out like
instantly.
That as soon as they went on sale, within the first couple hours, they were gone.
And this brings up, Fight in the Sky is one of the few places now that still took paper tickets this year.
Yeah.
And they were told next year everything is going digital. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So Gen Con is no longer doing paper tickets.
It's all in your badge.
Yep.
So it's everybody's going to have a scanner now. Well, the people that are doing the games have the scanner. They scan your badge so they know you're here.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Fight in the Sky has not figured out how they're going to make that work yet. Whether they will scan the badges up at the front table. Or have somebody walking around at the start of each game. I don't know yet. But honestly, they were concerned about the Wi-Fi. I had better Wi-Fi in the stadium than I did anywhere else the whole weekend.
Yes. Well, I had better Wi-Fi in the convention center.
That's true.
And the stadium than I have hardly anywhere on any of my job sites.
That's true. This year was actually pretty good. They definitely increased the Wi-Fi capability, which was nice. Anyway. So we spent Saturday doing that. That was a lot of fun. Roughly, what time did it all start? About 5:30. Somebody commented to me, "You can't see any of the buildings out that window."
Well, it started before that at my table.
Okay.
Because there was a really loud crack of thunder.
Oh, there was a really loud.
And it made almost
probably about 5 o'clock.
It was my second game of Rock Hard 1977.
5:15-ish.
And it made one of the players jump. It's like, and she just sat there and stared at me. I was like, welcome to Indiana summer weather.
Yeah.
Because it didn't even faze me. And it didn't faze Joy, who we got to meet.
Yes.
We had a blast teaching Joy games.
Yeah.
And we have other things too. But we'll go into that. Anyway, I was like, welcome to Indiana weather. It didn't really faze Joy because she was from Michigan.
Yeah, all my guys were from Illinois area.
Yeah, so it didn't faze them. you could hear you could keep hearing a
You
little
could
bit
hear
of
a little
rumbling and
bit,
that,
yeah.
but that initial crack of thunder,
Yeah.
like just almost freaked her out at first. But she calmed down.
Poor thing.
And it was like, this is just a typical summer storm here in Indiana.
Yeah.
And then you can continue
Okay.
where you were going to pick up at there.
Then, now mind you, the dealer hall closes at 6 o'clock when this happened. Justin was over in the dealer hall when all this started. Roughly 10 to 6, everybody's phones. Picture the stadium floor, probably close to 1,000 people on that floor, had to be.
At least, yeah.
And everybody's phones went off in unison with the severe weather warnings. I kid you not.
Tornado warning.
Everybody at my table picked up their phone. Huh, okay. Whose turn was it? And the game went on. And at this point, Earth was still running for me. You were still running
had
rock hard.
And Firefly.
And Firefly. I was cleaning up Life of the Amazonia and getting ready to start setting up Planet Unknown.
Yes.
That's where we were at this point. And so that was about 10 till-ish, thereabouts. Not 2 minutes later, the announcements start coming on saying, hey, there's a tornado warning in the area. Everybody needs to please evacuate to an inner room or an underground tunnel, one of the underground areas.
Stay away from the windows.
Stay away from the windows.
If you haven't seen
all
the
that.
Soil Stadium, at both ends, they have these huge windows.
Enormous
and
windows.
At one end that looks at the city skyline actually opens up when the roof opens up.
You could not see the city skyline. It was white, completely white. It was crazy how fogged out it was.
Yeah.
How
The bad
cloudy
thing
it was.
is after that first announcement, not many people actually got up.
Nobody got up.
Yeah,
I mean, there might have been a couple, but most of us just kept doing what we were doing for some reason.
It was a nice, soft female
voice
tone, and then
she said it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And then the other one came on. You couldn't even understand what he said.
He was
almost
so loud.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, geez. And it kept going off. And then he'd stop, and then she'd start up again. And
it just kept doing this. And I'm just trying to rush and clean up, at least get Life of the Amazonia cleaned up. People start getting up at this point.
Yeah,
and
my
a
Firefly
few
game
people
actually
are
got
starting to wander toward the tunnels. They're trying to usher people into the tunnels under the stadium. And finally, security started coming through. It's like, okay, we got to go, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just remember whose turn it was. Let's go.
Well, when the warning first went off and everything, everybody at my rock hard table, because I was at that table at that time when it went off, just kind of looked at me. It's like going, do we need to go? I was like, good. Nah, let me check it on the phone. Let me look at the radar, see where it's at. And I was like, we're almost all the way through it already. There's not much left. And then it kept going
warnings,
off. And then finally security came on. I was like, I guess we got to get up. And they go, can we at least finish the turn so we know where we're going to be at when we get back? I was like, sure, let's do that. We only had 2 more people to go.
Right.
But they finished their turn. They finished the day out of rock hard.
Yeah.
And then we got up and
went into
back
the tunnels.
to the tunnels.
So we were all, the area we were in, we were evacuated into the southwest corner of the stadium.
Yeah.
And it was one of the locker room tunnels.
It's the Colts tunnel.
The Colts
to their
locker room tunnel.
Yeah, that'd be why the whole tunnel was painted in Colts letters and stuff.
I didn't pay attention to that. But anyway.
You took pictures of it.
I did take a video of it. I will show you the video of it. I found it funny what I remarked. And the crowd, they were not crowded. These tunnels are enormous. People went further back into it. We were just kind of lining the walls, no big deal. Some of us stayed up close to the edge.
Yeah.
But for the most part, people were just lining the walls. One of the RPG tables literally picked up their books, picked up their papers and their pencils, and took everything in there, sat down in a big old circle, and continued playing in the tunnels. I loved it. It was great. Unfortunately, we could not do that with a board game.
So Justin had left. His games were already over.
Yes.
He'd already left. He was over in the dealer hall when it first came off. But he was able to get out of there and get into the tunnel heading over to Lucas Oil and got over into Lucas Oil. When he got over there, he goes, where are you guys at? What tunnel are you in? We told him where he's at, and he knew where it was at.
Yeah.
So he got down in towards the tunnels and made his way all the way around the bottom of the stadium over to where we were at. And, we
waited with us. Yeah.
Where we sat and waited with Joy and got to know Joy.
Yes, we did. That was a lot of fun.
So, Joy, we had a blast. We got to hang out.
It was
Adam,
like 30 minutes.
Hold on. I got to
I'm
public
sorry.
address this. Adam, you got a great wife there. Keep her happy.
Next time you got to come with her.
Yep. Yeah, come in with her. And I understand you don't like big crowds, so maybe next year, if you guys come down next year, don't go ride your side by side in the rain. Let's meet up for dinner or something.
Yeah.
That way we can meet you
I love
too.
that. I love that idea. All right. So that was our Saturday. But storm past us. We did find out later there was rotation above the city. That's why they evacuated everybody.
Yeah.
There was a lot of water coming into the convention center. One of the pipes started leaking above Hall B.
Yeah, because the roof of the convention center has a drainage system that runs through the building.
And runs
then
through the roof line.
Yeah, runs through the ceiling and then down into the sewers and everything. And one of them finally gave what? Because we had 4 inches of rain in 30 minutes.
It was crazy.
It was there was so much rain that the sewer lids were popping up on the streets and everything. There was so much rain coming through. And of course, something's going to eventually blow.
I know of at least one pipe burst below the convention center.
Yeah.
We got a video of that.
Yeah, down in the tunnels, in the storm tunnels.
Yes, down in
where
the storm
you
tunnels.
go and evacuate to.
And then there was the one pipe that started leaking or burst in Hall B. And
Luckily, they got a warning
tables.
with some drips, and then so they started moving tables away, and then finally it started kind of raining into the hall.
So, but I think the convention center staff did really well, keeping it all under control.
Oh yeah, everybody was calm there. Where we were at, we heard no panicking. Nobody really looked scared at all. They were they looked more annoyed that they had to leave their game. And going, when can we get back out
my
there?
gosh,
When
that
can
was
we
so
get
funny.
back out there? I mean, it took security guards to stand in front of us to keep people from walking back out because you had to be inside of.
You had to be under the
the
concrete
stands.
ceiling. Yeah.
So it
was crazy.
It was.
It
made 2026's Gen Con very memorable and Joy. This was Joy's first Gen Con she'd ever been to, so I hope you had a blast, Joy.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. This is a first, guys. In all the years we've been doing this, there's never been severe weather.
And I've lived here all my life, and I've never heard of a tornado hitting downtown Indianapolis. This was the first time I ever heard there was actual rotation over the city.
Yeah. That was like I said, it was one for the books. After all the excitement, we came out, we finished our games.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up teaching a game of Planet Unknown.
Yep.
And one of which was a generic. The others all came. So I was missing a couple people. No big deal. But one of the guys, nobody had ever played it, which I was kind of surprised by. In fact, one of my Earth guys even said that he felt that Planet Unknown was very underrated.
Yeah.
That it was a much better game than I said, well, it was a Spiel des Jahres nominee, right? It almost won. Mm-hmm. And he did not know that, but he knew it was one of their favorites from their play group. But one of the guys playing, I found this funny. Every turn he literally just spun the wheel, spun the thing, and wherever it landed, he goes, "Oh crap, that's not what I wanted." And everybody's like, "You can choose." He goes, "Nope, this is where it landed. This is what I'm going with." I'm like, okay.
Well, that's going to make for an interesting game. Talk about randomness.
Yes. So it was an interesting game, and they all were laughing and having a good time the whole time. So it worked out well.
Well, I know in my first game of Rock Hard, I introduced it, like I said, welcome to the world of Rock Hard 1977. Yeah. It's all about 70s rock and roll scene and becoming a rock star. It was designed by Jackie Fox, formerly the former bass player for the Runaways and a Jeopardy champion. She was 15 or 16 when she joined the band. And one of the guys goes, "Wait, what?" I said she was like 15 or 16 when she joined the band. She goes, and it's all guys at the table. And he's like going, and they were all friends. And he's like going, 15 or 16, let's see. Daughter, 15 or 16. Nope. My daughter's like 30. Nope. Not even now. Nope. I said, yep. Think of that, Roxy. And they traveled the world, and all the guys were so like, nope, nope, nope. My daughter would not join the rock band. Like, nope, nope. If I had to say, nope. So it was hilarious. They're like, there's no way I would let my kid join a rock band at 15 or 16. No way.
I mean, it was a different world.
Yes, it was the 70s.
This was 50 years ago.
Yep.
So, anyway, oh my goodness.
So
all
Sunday, we already had planned that we were not. If we went, we were only going to go for a few hours. But Sunday was also the day we get to pick up your games. So the games that we did not sell.
This was the first year that I had participated in the consignment room to actually sell.
Yes.
Justin and I went down on Wednesday to do so. He had a bunch of plans Wednesday, so we went down after I got off work and after he got back from his stuff. So it was probably about 2:00-ish. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty long line. We were there for about 2 hours to get everything dropped off. And actually, no, he ended up having to leave because he had a 4:00 appointment.
And then he came and picked me up.
And then right. And you had to be picked up because you were dropping your truck off. So, and he had my car at this point. So he left me down there.
Yeah.
Went and did his appointment, went and picked you up, and then you guys came and picked me up.
Well, no, you guys came back at the Hampton for the meeting for Fighting the Skies.
Because Fighting the Skies meeting was at 7:00. So you guys ran back to the house, you showered, and you guys met me down there.
Right.
I spent the whole day down at the just wandering around the convention center, which I ran into some friends. I ran into Alex Marks that we know from the retreat, and I ran into some other people, and we just sit and chatted and stuff. But anyway, this was the first year I'd ever done this. When we were standing in line to drop the games off, the guy told us that last year they had 19,000 games put into the consignment room and sold a 97% of them. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is a remarkable number. So I'd put like 45, maybe 48 games in there. You have to pay up front for it. You pay $2 per game you're putting in, and then you have to pay $1 for the paddle so that you can participate in the auction if you want to. But that paddle number also is what you have to use to pick up your stuff at the end of the con. So you got to pay for it. But if you sell the game, you get $1 refund on that $2 you paid. If you don't sell the game, then that $2 becomes their commission for manhandling it. When all's said and done, if you have any games left over, you can choose to either pick them up on Sunday. You have to do it Sunday from 10 to 2. Or you can just donate what's left and not bother picking them up. And by doing that, all those games go to a charity auction. Mm-hmm. I had not intended to donate the games. We went down on Sunday thinking, oh, it's 10 to 2. It's not going to be that bad. You're just picking up your games and cashing out. No big deal. We stood in line outside of the hall for what, an hour? Half hour? 45 minutes? Something like that?
Because I was just going to circle.
Yeah,
and
you
was like,
that was the plan. Oh, no, come on up.
Line.
We're going to be a minute. So you went ahead and paid the $20 to park and whatnot. Okay, fine. So we finally get into the room, and there's 5 rows, and the rows are really far apart because they know people come with wagons and stuff to take things out in because they're coming to pick up their stuff. And nobody knows how much they have left.
Right.
You know what you brought. So we had just brought our wagon hoping we had enough that we could just use the wagon and I didn't need extra bags. And we did. We ended up with 8 games left. However, they tell you when you're standing at the start of the line to go into the room, at this point, we'd already been waiting half an hour, 45 minutes. It's a 2-hour wait inside the room.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 rows of chairs. Each row of chairs, everybody's sitting down. And some groups have more. I mean, you and Justin were with me. A lot of people had multiple people in their group. So that would change the pace a little bit. But it's still going to take about 20 minutes to get through each row of chairs.
Yeah.
We waited for about half an hour. Realized we were still an hour and a half out, and your dad's 90th birthday party was starting.
Yes. Which was the reason why we weren't going to do anything on Sunday.
So, yeah. So we ended up donating the games. I abandoned the games. It was only 8 of them. It was no big deal. It all went to charity. I'm fine with that. And they would mail me the check. I don't even know how much it is. I'm still waiting for it. So all in all, would I do it again? If I had enough games to make it worthwhile, yes. If I only had a few games, probably not, because it is a long wait, both ends, because there are so many people that don't. 19,000 games. Yeah. That is a huge amount. So I don't know. I like the experience. I wanted to experience it. don't know for sure I would do it again, though. Let's see how much the check is, and I will tell you later. So yeah, it was an interesting thing. I like the way they did that. It was very well run. To deal with that many games and be able to get everybody's games back to them if they don't sell, and to get the money right, that is a phenomenal.
Yes.
It's just a ridiculously complicated endeavor. And I think they handled it very well. I think they do every year. So anyway.
So let's talk about a little bit about, I don't want to go into all the games we picked up, because we once again spent way too much money. We went in saying we're not going to get that much, and well,
all things considered,
in 2 days we didn't do too bad, but we did spend a little more than we really wanted to.
Yeah, we did.
With 2 other trips coming up really quick, like at the end of this week. Like when this podcast drops, we
could have left off 1/4 of what we spent was on one game, though.
Yes, and that was the Game Makers.
The Game Makers, yeah.
We picked it up. We talked about it on the last podcast, so we're really not going to go into it.
It's all about making games.
We've played
managing resources.
A total 4 times now. So we both like it, though.
Yeah.
We picked up the SETI expansion finally.
We did. I'd heard it was really good. Obviously, we've not played it yet.
Of course, with the upgraded bits.
Yes.
We picked up... These were the new games that we actually picked up.
Yeah.
We picked up the new expansion for...
Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yes.
With the upgraded bits. We picked up the upgraded bits for Clank.
Are you seeing a theme here, guys?
Which is the metal coins and metal cubes.
Yes.
The Clank cubes now clank when you put them out, or in the bag when you jiggle the bag. They clink together.
So expensive, but oh my gosh, they are so neat.
You got an expansion for Santa's Workshop.
I did. We got a lot of little promo stuff.
Yeah, promos for we got the Dice Tower promo for Art Society.
Yes.
We got the next adventure for Role Players Adventures that was kickstarted last year.
Yep.
It's out, the Silver Threads of Fate.
Yep. I already sent a picture to Sarah. They're excited.
We have played everything. We've been waiting for this to come out. We got it. We picked up a player's handbook for D&D, which we are actually in a D&D game now. Yeah. We actually played the first game a couple weeks ago, and due to play the next one after we get back from Gen Con. Yeah. Or not from Gen Con, from the retreat in September. Yeah. So we picked up the second edition of CO2, the new Mayfair release.
The Mayfair version of it, yes.
Yes. Which has the more deluxe components in it now. Go figure, Mayfair never had deluxe components now, but it's Darwin's Toys who owns the logo. Yeah. So we got that picked up. We got a discount on it because we liked one of their new Kickstarters coming up.
Kickstarters, yeah.
And we picked up Rock Hard 1977's expansion called Ear Candy, which is a weird name. But
no, that's what basically that's music. Music is ear candy, they say.
Well, yeah. Oh, I understand that. Okay. I'm just thinking it's just kind of weird. Anyway.
Okay.
Because you have candy in the game, and now you have ear candy. It's like, now what do you do with this kind of candy? You stick it in your ear? But anyway, I've seen that in the comments, though. When we picked up Role Player Adventures new thing, I got another sauce. I asked for one, and he gave me another one. I can't remember exactly the type he gave me, but I asked for the jalapeno or habanero one. Yeah. But he gave me the wrong one. That's fine. I haven't had a bad
I'm sure you'll still like it.
Because at cons, when it's who is that company? That is Thunderworks. Yeah. At the Thunderworks booth, if you spend $25 or more, they give you a free hot sauce. Yep. That has a logo from one of their games on it. Yeah. It's themed after that logo. A couple games we picked up over at
the Consignment
shop was $25 for Horseless Carriage, which I thought was
brand
a pretty
new,
good deal.
Still in shrink. That's what we need to punch. We were talking about having to punch games the other night. We haven't punched that one.
We got to learn it. I'd love it if there was a 2-player variant someplace. If you know of one, put it in the comments so we can check it out. Jerusalem. This is all about making it to the main table at the Last Supper.
Okay. This should be interesting.
We got Finspan Deluxe.
We did.
We got all the deluxe parts for it, which was cool. Mm-hmm. We got you picked up Mountain Goats.
I did. We're out of the convention. No, we're out of the consignment room now.
Yeah, we're back out of the consignment.
Mountain Goats Legacy. Yes, I love Mountain Goats. It's just a simple little dice chucking game. Yeah. I just think it's a cute little game.
Yep. Now they have a legacy version.
We picked up the legacy version
and all the extra bits
and all the deluxe bits. I don't know. It just looks cute. I'm curious to see what they do with
Bruce,
Legacy.
Or I'm sorry, Mr. Schwerlin. There's a story behind it, but we won't go into it. He has started playing it. I seen a post that he started playing it. Somebody asked him how it. He goes, it is Mountain Goats with extra rules that keep being added to the game.
Okay.
So we'll like, we'll see what it does.
Yeah. All right. We did pick up our copy of Wingspan Pocket and a first player token that is not a card.
And it wasn't signed, but
it's not signed, but that's okay. It's fine. I found for $10, I picked up Tucana Builders. Now, we've got Trails of Tucana. It was a fluke roll and write we picked up a long time ago. Flip and write. I'm sorry, that is the flip and write that we've always enjoyed. It's just always been one of our go-tos in the evenings. Haven't done it in a while, though, but there for a long time, it was our go-to flip and write in the evenings. Just super lightweight. And this was the same world, but now it's a
instead of marking the having the paper in front of you with the island,
you're pulling tiles.
You're laying tiles to make the path, and you have your it's
so it's
really
now
cool.
a tile placement versus a flip and write. We played it last night. It was actually yesterday afternoon. I really liked it.
When you picked it up and bought it, I was like, okay.
I only bought it because it was $10.
Yeah, I was like, Trails of Tucana was pretty good. It's one of our go-to roll and writes or flip and writes. And I was like, okay, let's see what it does. And then when I opened it up, I was like going, this could be interesting. And then when we played it, it was. Because you start with tiles on there, and you got as soon as you lay that tile, it has to stay that way. And
all my tiles were laid wrong. Everyone.
And one of the goals we had out is to connect all those together, and it was hard to connect them together.
Did not happen.
I never even got one of them. I never even got connected to.
Yeah. So it was a good game. I actually very much enjoyed it. And then we picked up Number Chain. We learned Number Chain from Chad, a friend of ours, a while back. And for whatever reason, it came up in conversation with us and Justin. So we had to look up who made it and went and found it.
Yeah.
We actually sought that one out. But it's a really interesting little game, all cards, about having to make chains out of the numbers in your hand. So if the tile is up one direction, you have to match the ending numbers. Or you're always matching the ending number with the new beginning number, but it's a matter of whether you can chain things together. Yeah, it's a weird way to chain all the cards together. I don't remember the exact.
Wonders.
It's a pretty interesting little card game.
Yeah.
And then we picked up We picked up Soda Jerk.
Yes, we played Chrissy's Soda Jerk.
Yep, we've actually played that a couple times.
Because now you got to actually play it.
I actually got to play it, yes.
And Jeff sat down to play it with us. Jeff Knapp from Tabletop Toolbox sat down and played it with us. And we were like, I'm not sure if he's going to like it. Well, he went and bought a copy of it.
Yes, he did.
He liked it that much and took it home. And his family loves it, He thought it was just like too campy and was like, no, I'm not going to like this.
He was afraid there'd be too much Take That in it.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, with a name like Soda Jerk.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to have a lot of Take That.
There is Take That, but it's innocent Take That because you don't exactly know what you're doing to.
You don't know what you're doing to who.
Yeah, it's kind of like a stock game.
It is. It is a stock market type of game. It is actually very cute.
You're deciding what cards to keep in your hand to be able to score of the different flavors that are out, but people are putting bad cards in there. Because if there's a card in there that's not of that flavor, whatever number's on it's going to take away from the points you're going to get. So
it's an interesting little game. Yeah. I very much enjoyed it, especially for $9.
Yeah.
It's absolutely worth the money. We picked up, everything else was deluxe resources for T-Witches. I don't know why. I could not resist.
It's deluxe resources.
Yeah. And then some little mini expansions for
Abyss and Pixies and a little bitty promo pack of Down Up.
Yeah, which we didn't. That got thrown into one of the bags. Yeah. I don't know where it came from.
Or as some people call it, Dinup.
Dinup. Sure. We ended up spending way more than we wanted to, but such as Gen Con.
Yeah.
So
that was our Gen Con 2026 and our favorite memories. Let us know in the comments what your favorite memory was of Gen Con. If you attended. If you didn't, well, okay. Maybe next year. We're not promising another tornado warning, though.
No, I'm hoping that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah.
For sure.
But everybody that was there, that is going to be the main thing to remember of the 2026 Gen Con.
Yep. That will be it. There will
Yep.
be badge ribbons and
there'll be
pins.
T-shirts. I survived the tornado warning of 2026.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, let us know in your comments your favorite memories of this year's Gen Con if you attended. So this is going to do it for episode 117. If you like this episode or any of our other content and haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do so by going to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And while you're there, give us a rating and comment. This is how others can find the show. You can also show your support by becoming a Patreon member by just going to patreon.com/the Meeple Society. There, if you're a member, you get to see our top 11 through 15 of our top 10s. Also, if you want to donate to Extra Life and the Children's Marital Network, go to www.meeplesociety.com. There you'll find links to donate to the cause. But in the meantime, if you want to follow us on social media just to keep up to see what we're doing, just follow the links in the show notes. There you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Blue Sky, and our merch shop. Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.